Welcome back to the Chad Hasty Show on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 AM KFYO. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday morning. Joining us right now on the phones, the co-chair of the RNC, Tommy Hicks, joining us once again here on the Chad Hasty Show. Tommy Hicks, good morning. How are you today?
I'm great, Chad. Thanks for having me on. How are things in the great state of Texas?
Well, we're doing well. We're reopening the state of Texas, and people are happy about that. Some want it to move faster. It seems like a lot of people on the left don't want us to reopen at all. Not quite sure why, but we're finally reopening, and I think that's a good thing. Talk to us a little bit about the mood right now around the RNC and the way the election is progressing right now, and the chances for President Trump.
Well, I got to share some great news with you. We've accomplished a lot since we flipped into a virtual campaign in the middle of March. It took us 24 hours, and it took Joe Biden 4 days to set up a podium in his basement. But we've accomplished a lot. We have over 1 million volunteers in our grassroots army. And that's huge. Wow. That's what it's going to take. We're going to have to work harder, smarter, and better than the other side. But we're really excited. There's a lot of enthusiasm. We've made over 20 million phone calls. We have 2 elections, special elections today in California and Wisconsin that we've been working on, and I think we're going to have great victories there.
Well, and it seems as though I read an article on CNN. They were a little bit shocked that the Republicans may pick up a seat in California.
CNN, I mean, they're entertaining to watch, I'll tell you what, and that's what they are. It's entertainment. It's not news.
Yeah, that is true. So what's it been like? I mean, this, going from a traditional campaign that let's be honest, everybody's used to. They're used to a traditional campaign, getting out, having the massive rallies. And I know President Trump wants to get out and do these massive rallies, but right now it's all virtual. Have you seen donations drop? Have they increased? Are people still engaged in the process?
Absolutely. And we're doing virtual events, just like people around the country are right now. But, we had a record first quarter fundraising. We're sitting on a war chest of $255 million. And we're $288 million ahead of where President Obama was at this stage in his reelection. So the enthusiasm is real. It's happening, and our movement is growing every single day. So we're thrilled about this. We're very optimistic about November and 4 more years of President Trump and also retiring Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to a convention, are Republicans still planning on having the traditional convention, or are you looking at doing a virtual convention right now?
Yeah, we're full steam ahead right now. We're really excited about renominating President Trump to 4 more years in Charlotte in person. And it's going to be a great celebration of not only his accomplishments, but of the accomplishments of the American people in the last 3.5 years.
When it comes to the economy, this is something that the president has been trying to rally people around and getting the economy back started. And the traditional thinking has always been, no matter who is president, if the economy is good, it's hard to take down an incumbent. What is if the economy isn't, trucking along and, back to where it was, what do you tell people? What is the argument for President Trump at that point?
I think it's pretty simple. I mean, this president, under his policies, lower taxes, better trade deals, cutting red tape, had the strongest economy our world has ever seen. And so he did it once. He can do it again. I mean, this virus is a once in a lifetime crisis, and he can rebuild it again. He built the foundation, and he is the right man to rebuild it.
Do you think that the American people will? Because the left, they're trying to blame Trump. They're trying to blame this president instead of China. Andrew Cuomo yesterday called it the European virus, which I don't know how you got that. But he called it the European virus. You have the Democrats who are trying to blame all of this on Trump, starting hashtags like the Trump Depression. Do you think the American people will see through that?
Well, the American people proved they were smarter than the pundits back in 2016. They know exactly what's going on. They know exactly what this president's done for them fighting for the American people in Washington. And, of course, the Democrats are going to – they know they can't beat him in November, which is why they're doing what they're doing. They try to send out false information and misinformation, and it's shameful how they put politics over the American people, and that's just not going to stop.
Yeah. Visiting with Tommy Hicks, co-chair of the RNC. I guess for people who maybe want to still get involved and maybe they even like the idea of getting involved and not really having to leave their house to go and do things, how can people get more involved in some of these virtual campaigns and virtual events that you guys are doing?
Oh, thanks for asking. It's actually really easy. You can just text APP to 88022 and follow the simple instructions and download our app, which you can use to sign up to be a neighborhood team leader, which is where you get involved in your community. You can sign up to register voters online. We've already registered 80,000 voters this cycle. That's twice what we did in 2016, and we still have 6 months to go. And you can sign up to make phone calls today on Trump Talk for the special elections in California and Wisconsin, where we're going to win. But it's great to have so many people joining our movement, but we need everybody to join in and pitch in, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. We had someone who just texted in a question for you, and it was this: what is the problem with mail-in voting that Democrats keep trying to push?
Well, that's been on their wish list for a long time. Democrats couldn't manage the Iowa caucus, and now they want to redesign the entire election system. I mean, here's what they want. They want to mail ballots, every voter on the rolls, including inactive voters and voters who've moved. This is ripe for fraud. I mean, just recently there was a lawsuit in California where 1.5 million dead people were removed from voter rolls. But there was a New York Times story in 2012 that detailed how mail-in voting is more prone to fraud, and the Republican Party and the president are very focused on making sure that every vote counts, and we need to make sure that your vote counts. So we're going to fight hard. We're going to litigate tremendously across the country to make sure that your vote is counted, and this is going to be an unprecedented effort. We haven't been able to do this since the Reagan administration.
Yeah, man, I know there's a big fight shaping up here in Texas over that as well. Tommy Hicks, appreciate your time as always, and hopefully we'll visit with you again soon.
All right, you guys be safe.
All right, thank you. You too. That's Tommy Hicks, co-chair of the RNC here on the Chad Hasty Show.